So here's a story that's gonna sound familiar to a lot of you tennis players out there. I'm at my local tennis club last month, and this guy, Derek, he's been playing for like 20 years, coaches high school tennis. He looks at my beat-up court shoes and goes, "Dude, if you're serious about your game, you need to try these ASICS Court FlyteFoam 2s. They've got this revolutionary Bootie system that'll change how you move on court." And I'm thinking, Derek, come on, revolutionary? It's a tennis shoe. But then he throws down the challenge. "I'll bet you a dinner at that steakhouse you love that after 1 month with these shoes, you'll never go back to traditional tennis shoes." Now you know me, I can't back down from a challenge like that, especially when there's steak involved. So that's how I ended up spending $150 on what ASICS claims is the most advanced court shoe they've ever made. And honestly, 6 months and 45 court sessions later, I'm sitting here having to eat my words. And Derek's definitely getting that steak dinner. But let me back up for a second, because when I first opened that box, I thought I'd been sent the wrong shoes. You guys, these things don't have a tongue, like at all. Instead, there's this sock-like booty construction that you literally slide your foot into. My first thought was, how the hell am I supposed to get into these things? And I'll be honest, for the first week, getting these on felt like wrestling with a wetsuit. But Derek kept saying, just give it time, trust the process. And you know what? Sometimes the old guys know what they're talking about. Okay, so first court session, I'm playing my usual doubles match on Thursday morning, and the moment I stepped onto that court, something felt different. You know that feeling when you're wearing regular tennis shoes and you can feel your foot sliding around just a tiny bit inside? That sensation that makes you unconsciously adjust your foot position during quick movements? Gone. Completely gone. It was like my foot had become one solid unit with the shoe. During the first set, I had to chase down this wide forehand. You know the shot where you're basically running sideways and then have to plant and reverse direction instantly? With my old shoes, I'd always feel that little hesitation, that split second where my brain's checking, are my feet gonna hold? With these ASICS, I planted and pushed off like I was glued to the court. No hesitation, no checking, just pure confidence. But here's where it gets interesting. About halfway through that first session, I started noticing my feet were getting warm, like warmer than usual. And I'm thinking, great, Derek talked me into some fancy shoes that are gonna turn my feet into sweat boxes. Turns out, ASICS went heavy on rubber construction for durability, which means these aren't the most breathable shoes on the planet. During our Florida summers, that's definitely noticeable. But then I realized something. After 3 straight hours of tennis, and guys, 3 hours is a long session for me, my feet felt fresh, like surprisingly fresh. Usually after that much court time, my knees are complaining and my feet are telling me it's time to call it a day. But the cushioning system in these shoes, this FlyteFoam technology they use, it's firm but responsive. It's not the squishy cushioning you'd get in a running shoe, but for tennis, it's perfect. Every time I planted for a shot, I could feel the energy transfer efficiently. No energy loss, no dead spots. Now, I gotta be real with you about the downsides because Derek conveniently left out a few details during his sales pitch. Remember how I mentioned getting into these shoes was like wrestling with a wetsuit? That booty construction that creates such amazing foot lockdown? Yeah, it takes about 2 to 3 court sessions before it stops feeling like you're forcing your foot into a size too small. And if you've got wide feet, honestly, you might want to size up or look at other options entirely. Also, at 12.8 ounces, these aren't the lightest shoes on the court. If you're a serve and volley player who values that quick, nimble feeling for rapid net approaches, you're definitely going to notice the difference. These are built for players who prioritize stability and power over pure speed. Here's what really sold me on them though. About a month into testing, I was playing in this local tournament, nothing fancy, just club level stuff. But I drew this guy in the first round who was known for hitting these massive baseline shots, like every ball was coming at me with serious pace. In my old shoes, I would have been thinking about my footwork, making sure I was balanced for each shot. But with these ASICS, I found myself taking more aggressive court positions, being more willing to really lean into those shots because I had complete confidence that my feet were going to be where I needed them to be. I ended up winning that match, and afterwards, my opponent, nice guy, been playing way longer than me, he asks, "What shoes are those? You looked so stable out there." And that's when it clicked for me. These shoes don't just protect your feet or provide comfort. They actually change how you play by giving you confidence to be more aggressive. Let me break down what ASICS actually delivers here. That Bootie construction I mentioned, it's not just a gimmick. It eliminates all the internal foot movement that can cause hot spots and instability. The AHR outsole, that's their high abrasion rubber, it grips every court surface I've tested. Indoor, outdoor, slightly dusty courts, clean courts, it doesn't matter. I've never once felt my foot slip in these shoes. The durability is honestly impressive. 6 months of regular play, including plenty of outdoor hard court sessions, and they still look almost new. The outsole wear is minimal, which is saying something because I'm not exactly light on my feet at 180. Now, let's talk about that $150 price tag, because I know that's what some of you are thinking about. Is it worth it? Here's how I look at it. If you're playing tennis twice a week, these shoes should last you 12 to 18 months, easy. That breaks down to about $8 to $12 a month for premium performance. Compare that to replacing cheaper shoes every 6 months, and the math actually works out. But more importantly, what's it worth to play with complete confidence in your footwork? To never worry about your feet slipping during crucial points? For me, that confidence is worth way more than the price difference. So here's the honest truth about who these shoes are for. If you're a baseline player who likes to grind out points, who moves aggressively around the court, and needs maximum stability, these are absolutely worth considering. If you're playing 6 or more hours a week and need shoes that can handle that volume without breaking down, the durability alone justifies the investment. But if you're a casual player logging maybe 2 hours a week, or if you prioritize lightweight feel over stability, or if you play primarily in hot, humid conditions where breathability is crucial, they're probably better options for your specific needs. You know, thinking back to Derek's challenge, I realized he knew exactly what he was doing. He didn't just recommend a good tennis shoe, he introduced me to a tool that actually improved my game. And yeah, I owe him that steak dinner, but honestly, it was worth every penny to discover shoes that give me this level of confidence on court. Look, the ASICS Court FlyteFoam 2 isn't perfect, the break-in period is real, the breathability could be better, and they're definitely an investment. But if you're serious about your tennis and you prioritize stability and durability over everything else, these shoes deliver on every promise ASICS makes. Just be prepared for that Bootie construction to feel weird for the first few sessions, and maybe size up a half size if you're between sizes. Questions about these shoes or want me to test something specific? Drop it in the comments. I read every single one, and I'll do my best to help you find the right gear for your game. Until next time, keep grinding on those courts.